Hello everyone, welcome to Sade's Tarot Tea. So today guys, I am so excited to be doing this reading on SZA. Oh my god. SZA, I've been so obsessed with her energy, guys. I mean, she's a Scorpio, so come on now. Like, why wouldn't I be obsessed? Like, she is the epitome of a Scorpio, right? If we think of Scorpio, we think SZA, we think some people think Jeffree Star, but we also think SZA. She is, and Drake. Actually, Drake. We think Drake. But also for the females, we think SZA. She is such a Scorpio, and I'm here for it. I live for it. Ugh, God, that whole album that she came out with for I think it was, when did it, Control. I'm sorry guys. 2017 is when I was trying to see that it dropped. Control, I've listened to about a good amount of songs. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of SZA, but I was like meditating on her energy, and she has such great energy, guys. Oh my god. I have been obsessed with her energy since I've been meditating because I really want to make her reading very in depth. And we're going to look at her birth chart. I know SZA is big on her birth chart. She's big in the astrology and tarot and spirituality world. I know who her chart reader is, one of her chart readers, because I feel like she has like three, and a tarot reader, but, or maybe three tarot readers and a chart reader. But yes, guys, I'm so excited. This has been highly requested that I do SZA. So let's get into the tea. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and read SZA's birth chart. I notice Astro Cafe, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You got her birth chart wrong. You got her birth chart wrong. You're saying that she's a moon in Leo, Mars in Gemini. No, she is not. She is not. Okay? I think they got her Mercury wrong too. But neither here nor there. I'm going to be reading her birth chart. And so let's do it. So she is a sun in Scorpio with her moon in Pisces, her Mercury in Scorpio, her Venus is in Capricorn, and her Mars is in Scorpio. So let's go ahead and, and I'm sorry, she's an Aquarius rising. I found out too, she's an Aquarius rising. So I want to start off with that Aquarius rising. For SZA, I love this on her, guys. I love this Aquarius rising on her because it really makes her innovative and makes her ahead of her time. Like, when I think of an Aquarius rising woman, I think of Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah was a trailblazer. She was a trendsetter. Whatever Aaliyah put her mind to, she made it her own. She made it her own style. She took whatever style was, maybe she borrowed styles from someone, or like we all do, but regardless, like, she still made that her thing. And that is exactly what I feel like SZA will do in the future moving forward. Her next album she has been working on, guys. I know a lot of fans will be happy to hear that. She has been working on her new music. It sounds so different. It sounds like nothing we've heard before, but something we kind of will find familiar. But that's what her Aquarius rising does, is it takes and brings back things that have been lost, or maybe somebody didn't care about a certain type of trend or energy, and she brings that into her music. She brings that into her soul, into her sanctum. You know what I mean? She's all about her sanctum. She's all about her spirituality. She's all about what makes SZA happy, what truly fulfills SZA. She has her moon in Pisces, so she lives in her emotions, guys. She's super emotional. Like, she's impulsive with her emotions. Even though she has her Mars in Scorpio, she's impulsive with her emotions because of her moon and her sun being in water. But she's very calculative in the way she feels her energy, and the way she surrounds herself with certain types of in how she surrounds herself with certain types of people. And I feel like SZA has learned through amounts and amounts of practice to channel her Scorpio energy to her benefit, which leads me to saying that SZA is one of the most evolved Scorpios I have felt. Oh my god, I have ever felt. She's one of the most evolved Scorpios I've ever felt. I've never felt a Scorpio as far along as her. And it helps that she has her Venus in Capricorn. It helps. She quickly learns her lessons. She may be stubborn about learning certain things and she'll have to keep learning them because of her Pisces moon, but her Scorpio and her Capricorn really help to center, and her Aquarius really help to center herself and really to logically break down what is important and what to keep and what to throw out. I'm actually gonna, what I'm gonna do too is look at a photo of her and pull from her energy from the photo as well. Um, So yeah, guys, I have pulled up a photo of SZA. So let's go back to her moon in Pisces. Her moon in Pisces really helps her to know what moves to make when it comes to people that she surrounds herself with, because she's so big on boundaries. SZA is so big on boundaries, guys, and she understands that everything you touch, everything you eat, everything you see has life, everything has energy, everything has a vibe to it, and she feels everything. She's so intuitive, like she's so intuitive. I always say that for the water placements, but her having all that water in her chart, that sun, moon, and Mars in fucking water, and then that Aquarius, she takes on her environment, she feels worldly what is going on around us, she educates herself worldly on what is going on around us, and she knows when she's sexual with her partner. She knows when they're cheating. She knows, guys, she knows her friends like the back of her hand. She knows her colleagues like the back of her hand. When she works with her team, she really makes sure to know them. She likes to sit them down and like really talk to them, really engage with them, really understand their backstory and understand where they came from, understand how they grew up, understand their emotions, their darkness. She's someone that really likes to know you as a person. She likes to get in your mind and really understand who you are as a person and how you got to where you were today, how your past got you to where you were, got you to how you are today. You know, she's very into her inner child. She likes to do things that her inner child tells her to do. She's very in tune with little SZA. I see her as a little girl, and she's like I feel like when SZA sleeps, she actually plays with her younger, that sounds weird, but she channels her younger self. She really makes sure to get in tune with the little girl that, you know, she really makes sure to understand her inner child. That's what I was trying to say. SZA really tries to understand her inner child, and she makes sure to always keep her inner child in tune with herself. And that's one thing that I... So here, guys, I wanted to say really quick that SZA is super psychic, like I was saying about Janae, and what I feel while I was editing this video is that she let me in tremendously, guys, tremendously to her energy. She's very private. So, as we all know, she's a Scorpio, and that's how they are, and she has all that Scorpio, so she could have easily, guys, like shut me out, but she didn't. I felt like she felt it, and then she was like a little like, what the hell? And then she was like, oh, I like her energy, and then she like let me in completely, and it was so nice. And that was why I was able to see her as a little girl, and why I was able to tell you guys all this stuff about her, because at first it was a little bit hard to read on her, a little bit, because she was so closed off, and then she let me in, and it was so beautiful to feel that. So SZA, if you ever come across my reading on you, thank you so much for doing that. I know you're a Scorpio and how private you are and how seriously you take your privacy. So thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the reading. Just wanted to say that. Bye. One thing that I really respect about her, feeling out her energy so far. But yeah, with her son being in Scorpio, she is such an investigator as well. Like if SZA wants to know something, she will find out. Like she'll find it out, she'll investigate it. She'll, with her Mercury and Scorpio too, oh my god, like she'll dig to get her answers. She'll dig to understand why people do certain things or why certain things are the way they are. She is someone that's always seeking answers, seeking for herself to be better or to just understand other people and the way they move. And that's very much her Aquarius coming through, her Aquarius rising. Yeah, her Aquarius rising coming through. And also she has her midheaven in Scorpio, which makes her very good at investigating. Like she can crack the code on anything that she wants. she said this in her line Love Galore, like where she's like, I'll dig dirt on bitches, do it for fun, don't take it personal, like that's just how I am, kind of thing. Like I like to know everything so I can always have control, so I can always have the upper hand, so I can always know what makes you tick. She likes knowing what makes people tick. She likes knowing how to get inside people's heads. This was a darker side of her that she had to learn to overcome, I feel. I do feel like SZA is really crazy. Like I feel like when she really like in a good way, like when she really likes people, um and by people she's a lover, like she loves love, you know what I mean, as we see. And I feel from her energy she loves love, she loves giving love and receiving love, but also she's very monogamous. But with her midheaven in Scorpio, if she wants to dig dirt on you, she's very good at that with that Mercury in Scorpio and that Mars in Scorpio and that midheaven in Scorpio, which the midheaven deals with our life path, our life journey. And her life journey here on this earth is to bring enlightenment about spirituality, about the hidden depths of life, about the things that people are afraid to deal with. And her Pluto is also in Scorpio. So that is something that SZA, I feel, is moving towards her life. She's in her life path journey, guys. She is meditated. She knows her ancestors. She knows everything like the back of her hand. She knows her chart inside and out. She knows the bad sides of being a Scorpio. She knows the good sides about being a Scorpio, and she's done it all. She's channeled it all just to see how far she can push the boundary of being a Scorpio. Like that's how dangerous she can get sometimes. Or when she was younger too, like she didn't mind pushing the envelopes on people. She didn't mind addressing the elephants in the room. She didn't mind learning what makes people tick, what, even in her relationships, what makes them tick. What do they like sexually? What do they like to do in their free time? How are they when no one's watching? You know, so that's something I really feel is big for her. Her personal space means a lot to her too. She likes to stay a lot to herself because I do feel like SZA gets drained very fast being around people. So she likes to take time to be in her own house. I feel like she'll have people come over, but it's not often. Like, you know, she'd rather go over other people's houses and then go home, cleanse her energy, because I do feel like SZA cleanses her energy daily. She really is big on that. And I feel like she checks up on her spiritual side very much daily. Um, I do feel like when she's in a relationship with that Venus and Capricorn, she stays in a relationship pretty long. I feel like she has no problem at all attracting partners to her. She can easily manipulate and bring people towards her if she wants to. I also feel like she's delved into manipulation. She's delved into manipulating people to do what she wants. This was when she wasn't evolved, but now she's a lot more evolved, and I wish, guys, so many other Scorpios that aren't evolved were like her. Like, she truly is someone that is a Scorpio when they are evolved. You know, she's learned to channel her Mars and Scorpio for good, you know, channel her Scorpio drive for good. I also feel like when she needs to take a break, she has no problem taking a break. She will take a break and she will go off the map, and she will not do things that she feels will burden her or drain her of any sort, you know. And that even goes down to her love life, like dealing with her friends, dealing with her, you know, her boyfriends or her girlfriends. If you drain her, if you're not an asset to her life and you just make her life complicated, she will cut you off. Like, she has no problem doing that. And but I do feel like when she's in a relationship and she's loyal and she's, you know, with that person, it's so hard. It's so hard for SZA to, you know, it's so hard for her to detach. It is. So guys, since SZA is very spiritual and she's very in tune with her ancestors, her spirit guides, and her protectors, I'm going to be pulling some psychic cards on her, and we're going to get more into who SZA is. Not only just with looking into her chart, but, you know, I want to pull my psychic deck on her as well. So guys, I pulled more cards on her to get into her energy, to get into her personality. She has, you know, it's so funny. Before I say this, is she named her album Control, right? And that's something that Scorpios love doing. They love controlling things. You know, Capricorn energy loves controlling things. Aquarius, she has very stubborn placements. So I do feel like she's stubborn. But also with her moon in Pisces, she's also someone that knows how to really empathize with people. You know what I mean? Like, she really understands where people are coming from, and she can't help but get involved with people's problems. And I do feel like a lot of people, of course, tell their secrets to her. And I do feel like a lot of people just spill their guts to her, and she's just like, yes, tell me everything, but she won't say shit. She's tight-lipped. She's tight-lipped about everything, especially with that Mercury in Scorpio. Oh, you know, she's tight-lipped. She's tight-lipped. So I was saying, it's funny that she named her album Control, because a lot of times SZA loses control. She loses control over everything she does, and that's when SZA can become unstable, because she works really hard, and she still has to learn. The spirit is saying she has to keep learning that she can't control everything. She has to learn to not give her time, her energy to everything and everyone. A leaf, you know, a leaf blowing in the wind, a tree growing out of the roots. You know, she's very poetic too. Maybe that's why I said that. But she has to learn to leave things be. Leave things be, that she can't, that's what I meant to say. She can't fix everything. And she's someone that wants to keep fixing things until it's perfect, until it's right. Spirit is also saying that she likes to take the lead on a lot of things, and this is part of her control issue, and that she is learning to let go and release her control, but there's still a lot of work that SZA herself knows that she has to work on. And I feel like, you know, I feel like she had some father issues. I do feel that from her. Also, I do feel like when SZA is emotional, she will cry. Like, she has no issue crying or, you know, letting her tears fall. She has no issue. But she has an issue with letting things end. And this is part of her control issue. Okay? So Spirit is saying she has to learn to let that go. And that, yes, it's very healthy for her to you know, be in control in certain aspects, but not everything warrants her to need to be in control. Also, as I was talking about, you know, she needs to learn to let people in more. SZA needs to learn. She has a very hard time trusting people. I'm getting my open up card in the reverse. It's talking about how she was very disappointed in a lot of her childhood. She was disappointed by a father figure. She's very disappointed by a father figure. I feel like, you know, there is a connection with a mom. I do feel like she's close with her mom or a grandmother or a motherly figure. Maybe if it's not her mother, it's a very motherly figure. It doesn't have to be her mother. I'm not seeing a mother out here, but I am feeling that for her, and that she needs to heal and learn to open up more when it comes to allowing people to to trust her and to trust those people. She has a very hard time letting people in, letting people see the real her, letting people see her emotionally stripped down. Like, she is very much that energy that likes to act like she's very confident and happy when she is very upset and distraught. Also, Believe and Succeed is coming out for her. Says that you have so many things coming up for you. You're capable of so much. You have so much potential coming towards you, and that you are of opportunity, excuse me, and that you are, and you will set out and believe and achieve anything that you put your mind to. Guys, with this chart, she is a very good manifester, but she's also someone that can be very pessimistic, can get in her own way, can get in her own head, cannot understand, even though she's emotional with her moon in Pisces and her Mars in Scorpio and that sun in Scorpio, she doesn't always, and Mercury, she doesn't understand a lot of times where her emotions are coming from. They'll just hit her because she's so empathic that it just hits her. And she'll get a lot of messages too from her spirit guides. I feel like the reason we haven't gotten new music from SZA is because she's her own worst critic. Like I said, like, she beats herself up for everything. When she really loves a project that she's working on, or loves a song or music that she's working on, she will spend hours and hours perfecting this, which is of course that's part of her passion, but it's also talking about how SZA has a deep rooted fear of intimacy when it comes to being very close and interactive with people. She cannot open up, and that's where this wall hits with her in her relationships. And she's very good at manifesting and moving in the right direction, but it's talking about how she needs to open up her energy to love. She needs to learn to accept love, healthy love. And she always had issues, guys, I'm feeling from SZA. She always had issues allowing people to love her the correct way. She would tend to go for very toxic relationships because that seemed like a challenge, because that seemed easy, and Scorpios love a great challenge, you know. But you guys will sometimes do this thing, Scorpios will do this thing where they go for things that they know they can't have. They go for people that they know they shouldn't go for because it's dark, it's a challenge. And you know, that's something that I feel SZA is learning to evolve out of, is being intrigued by the darkness, being intrigued by the things that are emotionally draining, emotionally damaging. And she's had very, I feel from her, she's had very emotionally damaging relationships, you know, with her parents, more so her father, I feel. The mother was, they of course didn't see eye to eye, but it's, or this, you know, motherly figure, but it's more so her dad. Like her dad, she has dad issues, you know, and she just wants to be loved and accepted. And I feel like SZA has a hard time believing that she deserves better love, that she deserves the same amount of love that she give, which her love of balance card that came out for my love of balance card that came out for her is saying that she has learned to pull back on how much she loves people in a sense, but she still has a long way to go, because she will still go above and beyond when she really loves you and cares about you. She will still go above and beyond and do things that she knows won't benefit her, or love people that she knows are not good for her. So Spirit is calling for SZA, and if I was her reader, I would tell her this too, that she does deserve everything that she has coming towards her. I feel like too, when her album Control dropped, she was happy about it. Like, she was proud of her work, but she feels like she is nowhere near a like deserving of the recognition she gets. Like, she's very hard on herself that way. She's very hard on herself that way, and she likes to control the way we see her. She likes to control what we see of her, which is so water energy, right, guys? I say that all the time on here. The crown chakra, I am pulling that SZA needs to learn to work on her crown chakra. She will get intuitive messages, but this, you know, this is blocked. Her crown chakra is blocked. Her third eye is open, but she needs to unblock her crown chakra, and then she will be more open. But yes, guys, I'm feeling that SZA is a really good manifester, especially with that moon in Pisces. She's so good at manifesting anything she wants. She's very good at it. I feel like too, SZA's very good in the bedroom. I do feel that from her. She's one of those Mars and Scorpios. I was saying about Taylor, how Taylor's not confident with her Mars and Scorpio in the bedroom. SZA's one of the really confident Mars and Scorpios that I was talking about. She's very confident. She knows what she's doing. She loves to teach people what she likes. She likes to teach, you know, she loves teaching people what she likes. And as I was talking about her sex life, giving and receiving came out in the reverse for her. But Spirit is saying, SZA, manifest people that give to you more than you give to them. It needs to be equal give and receive, equal give and receive. And for you, it hasn't been like that. And that's part of why she hasn't, I'm getting my open up card again, she hasn't been able to open up her heart and to a relationship or anything, you know, substantial, because she will do all of the work to open up to them. So she's learning, or will learn as well, that that's not healthy, and she will learn how to stop doing that. I feel like too, SZA's the type of woman that will show up at your door. Like, she's crazy like that. Like, she will, not to be mean, but she'll show up at your door if she's dating you, and she'll be like, she'll text you a couple times. She'll text you, be like, hey, this and that, where are you? Like, she checks up with the Page of Wands. She checks up on her partners. She does. She checks up on her friends. She's very caring, like that very caring friend. She's such a great friend, guys. She's there. She's so loyal when you need her. She's there. She has such amazing energy. I love it, guys. I love it. I've been feeling it out all day. It's been great. It's been great. But she has so much love to give, guys. But it's talking about how she needs to learn still to pull back. When people don't give as much as she's giving, pull back. You know? SZA is also someone that likes to do a lot of things on her own. She doesn't really ask for help. She doesn't really feel like... She doesn't like asking for help, you know? She likes doing a lot of things on her own. I do feel like SZA suffers from depression and anxiety. I do feel that from her. I did see somewhere where she was like talking about that, but it's coming out in my cards too, that she suffers heavily with depression and anxiety. Very bad moments. She has very bad depressive episodes, I feel, from her. You know, it's so bad to the point where it'll keep her up at night. I feel like SZA's very sensitive to her emotions, to her environment, to other people's environment. Yeah, I do feel like she's gonna have a love interest come in soon, though. I do see that happening for SZA. He feels like another water sign, honestly. Or like he has heavy water in his chart. I see SZA in the long run, not now, but I see her getting married, guys. I do see that for her. Yeah. She's gonna get married to her soulmate. She does have a soulmate. She has a soulmate. And I also see SZA getting more and more in tune with her spirituality. Oh my god, this girl is so into it. She's very into medicine, anything that's, you know, of course, like weed. You know, she smokes weed, but she's into being healthy and like... She wasn't always like this, but she definitely has evolved in that way where she takes very healthy vitamins. She takes things that are super healthy for her body, and she's been working out a lot. But you know, she did say she's been at the gym on her Twitter, but I am feeling that she has been a lot more healthier than she's ever been. She's been taking really good care of her body. So let's see if she will release an album, and let's see what's in store for her. What's in store for SZA? I feel like there's another collaboration coming up with her in Maroon 5. I feel like Adam Levine wants to work with her again. SZA, be careful. I do feel like there is a male energy coming in that's very confrontational towards you, and he's very toxic. Like, he feels like he could be borderline abusive, like with his words and his anger. And he puts you, he's coming out as a fire sign or a Capricorn. He puts you really in your emotions, or an air sign. He puts you in your emotions. He puts you very much in your emotions, and he's taught you a lot to hold your ground, to, you know, and he's taught her so much, guys. This energy coming in, he feels old. He feels like an old guy, not old, but like he feels like an old energy that she's dated before. He could be older too, way older than her. But I see SZA starting to focus on her music. She is working on her album, guys. She's working on songs and collaborations too. I feel like she wants to work with Nicki Minaj. I feel like they want to do a song together, or SZA, I also want to remind you too, please be careful about spending your money way too much. I see you do want to live a very minimalist life, but there is possibility for you to be out of work. Like, you know, you need to manage your money very wisely, okay? I'm one to talk, but you need to manage your money very wisely. Be careful with who you give your money to. Be careful with what label you sign with again. I don't know if she's planning on leaving her label now that she's in, Interscope, I think she's with. If not that, then she's definitely, like, it's more so, actually, I'm feeling it's more so financially, but she's just been chill. Like, she doesn't, yeah, I don't see anything new coming up for SZA right now. Nothing new yet. She's taking time to just love herself, guys. She's really taking time to love herself and be in tune with herself. So let's see. Let's get a more for sure answer. I don't see her really working on anything right now, guys. To be honest, I don't see... Let's see if she'll come out with this album next year. Yeah, guys, I'm not seeing that she's going to come out with an album next year. Unfortunately, I could be wrong, but I'm getting my Two of Cups in the reverse, which speaks of personal contracts, personal gains, when it comes to, like, loving what you do. It's a very artistic card, too. It can speak of being artistic. And also, too, I feel like, you know, her health, when she was touring and in the music world, it would deplete a lot. And that's because she's so watery, you know, she can't help it. She can't help but take on all of these energies. Yeah, and I do feel like, I didn't say this, I do feel like in the bedroom she likes to be very dominant. Like, she loves being dominant. So guys, I don't see an album coming out for her anytime soon. I feel like it could come out in 2021 instead. If she does come out with the album next year, it will be towards the end of next year. Yeah. I feel like it's going to take her 2 years, about 2 years and 3 months to finish her album. If she does come out with an album next year, I see it being around the summertime or the fall. Yeah, something's going on with her finances. SZA, you need to be very careful with what you're spending your money on, because I'm seeing a lot go wrong with that. And she hasn't really been making money. Yeah, she's been taking a long ass break. She's going to continue to take that break. But I do feel like she is working on her music. So she could have an EP come out, actually. She could have an EP come out. Does she do EPs? Okay, guys. So I looked at her Z album, which dropped in 2014. And then in 2017, she released Control. So she takes about 2 to 3 years to drop an album. So that's what I was feeling for her. We're not going to see anything really come out. So 2017 is when she dropped it. So I'm going to say, yeah, 20. So I want to say the end of next year, she's going to release Control. I mean, not Control. So I want to say the end of next year, she's going to drop an album. Okay, guys, so to get clarification on her next album, she said it's coming soon as fuck. So, so I'm thinking I got a no so far on the album coming, you know, early next year. I was feeling more so a little bit towards the end. It could be mid to the end of next year of 2020 that she will release her album. If not in 2020, 2021 for sure. But I don't think she's gonna wait that long. I don't think she's gonna wait that long. Yeah, I see she's working on her album. I see she's working on it. She's working on her album. Yeah, I am seeing that. Yeah, she's gonna do it as a shock, like a surprise. Yeah, it's gonna talk about a lot of things, guys. A lot. She's really gonna touch on the topic of lying and cheating and betrayal. Isn't that a Scorpio's way of talking? And then I don't know if that's not a Scorpio's way of talking, then I don't know what is. So guys, I was a little unsure about the timeline. I do feel like she will drop another album, but I'm seeing something's up with her money. Like, what is up with that? SZA. So, you know, I feel like she'll get it under control though. So, I'm so corny, my dad jokes. So let me know what you guys thought about this reading. It was a long one. I really enjoyed SZA's energy, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. And this has been highly requested. I finally got around to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading on SZA. She has great energy. I really, really like doing this reading on her. So anyway, guys, happy holidays. And I hope you guys have a good one. Love and light, everyone. Bye.